What's up, man?
What is up, dog? We are live. Right? We're live.
Yeah, we're live.
Am I right about this? On the Backlog podcast number 9. I'm plugging in my headphones, so this might work. But
Yeah, we almost got to the double digits.
we're getting there. We're making episodes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. You can go all the way in. Nope.
Well, now I can barely hear you.
Like this.
AES is still going on. Is Breezels Bobcat hosting that? Is that why he's still busy? Just out of curiosity. I mean, he said he was gonna be late. Okay, all right. That there you go. That makes sense.
What
Um,
is it? What is AES?
AES is like a Tekken run. Um, like a Tekken like they do first to fives on Sunday.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn you up a little bit.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it's a day, it's a tournament day. Yeah, it's like they do one every like weeklies basically. It's pretty fun, and it stands for Ass Eating Sunday because the creator was just he said fuck it and he went wild.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wild name makes it more memorable.
Yeah, it does. And not only that, but he uses like I don't know, like early 2000s like porn like models.
Okay, that's a little weird, but
Yeah, and
I mean,
then
it's probably pretty funny.
yeah, it is pretty funny. Yo, Quintessence. How you doing, man?
Hello.
Thank you for joining
You
us
know,
today.
I'm on time.
You're on time? That's funny. It says
Yeah.
6:02.
5-minute grace period.
Okay.
Yo,
You know what
who
it
the
is.
fuck you work for? You should see AES Bears. Oh, there's AES Bears?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because like the 3D models are always like really kind of wild. Oh, it's fine. By the way, our guest is gonna be like a half an hour late because he's working at AES.
I was making a joke. I'm like, yo, I'm early or slash on time. Contestant's late. Like, what kind of topsy turvy world is this?
I know. Yeah, usually it's like
Yeah, I don't know.
it's not the backlog podcast unless somebody runs
Also,
late.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. Come
Yo,
on.
I'm giving you a
Come
hard
on.
look, grilling you. I expect more
Alright,
out of you.
I'll
Okay,
just leave.
I
I'll just
expect
leave.
more
It's
out of
fine.
you. Don't you leave? You stay
It's
right
fine.
here.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll leave. Bye.
He expects
No.
more on World's Greatest Mod. Come on now.
Yeah, that's your name.
It is my name. Don't wear it out.
So anyway, yo, August, how's your week, man?
Pretty good. Busy. Steady doing the whole like schoolwork, work, life grind. But happy it's still the weekend, even though I still got some more schoolwork to catch up on.
Right.
What else? Did some other cool things though. Family trip. Went down to Massachusetts. Checked out the Van Gogh like immersive art exhibit. It was really cool. It's basically like you're just sitting in this room and there's these giant projectors and they project the paintings down onto like every single wall around you and it's like a really big room.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
like it feels like you're basically in the paintings. It's sick as fuck. Definitely like a really cool like immersive way to experience art. And
So,
I mean, Van Gogh is just like a master.
so can I ask you something about that though? Like,
Yeah.
when you're in the Van Gogh exhibit, right? Did they give you like headphones where you can only hear out of one ear?
No, it's not nothing like those museums where they give you headphones. Like they basically do all their like info dump right at the beginning, where there's just a bunch of like screens that you could like read, for like 15, 10, 20 minutes, however long you want to read them. That gives like the history of Van Gogh,
Right.
like how he lived, how he died, the history of the exhibit. But no, they just kind of set you loose and let you like sit in the chairs. There's a bunch of like benches around the big area. It's in like a warehouse or something. Or at least the one we went to was. And then they let you just experience the art. So you can like take out your phone and take pictures. You can do whatever you want, but it's very open and very chill.
Right.
Neat.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
That's pretty dope. It was definitely hella dope.
So did no one get the hearing joke about Van
No,
Gogh?
I got it. I just refused to acknowledge it.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
trash?
sorry. Keep going.
Was it a trash tier? I didn't get it at all. So.
It's Van Gogh cut off one of his ears.
Yeah.
Sent to somebody in a box.
Yeah, man. Yeah, shout outs to like mental health, man. Take care of yourself. Like I don't know. Like
speaking of which,
Van Gogh
this
had a
podcast-
bunch of issues, and like not the least of which was probably that like he liked to put like his paintbrushes in his mouth, and they used lead paint back then.
Oh boy.
But not to mention like there's a bunch of other stuff in the paints. But yeah, man, like some of his best works were painted from the sanitarium, and man was still creating good art. So you believe in yourself and stay strong. It's just positivity Sundays. Just put it out there.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, what were you saying? You were saying something?
Oh no, I was saying today's podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp.
Hey.
Anyway. Sorry.
Word.
Keep going.
Word. No, that's a real place. I mean, if you're looking for a therapist, they offer them online now. Telehealth is a real thing.
Yeah, for real.
So I mean, if you're ever out there and you need to look, and I think they do like a couple free consultation visits. So like real talk, whether or not this is a real or fake ad plug, you definitely, if you're looking for someone to talk to, there are resources out there. So take a look. But yeah. So my week was chill, busy but chill. No real complaints.
Okay, man. Cool. Yo, Quintessence, how was your week, man?
Filled with Elden Ring.
Oh.
Well, hold on. Elden Ring only started like 2 days ago, right? How could he?
I know, right?
Whole
It
week.
just keeps going.
Holy shit.
He went into the hyperbolic time chamber and has actually played 5 days
Sure
worth
felt
of
like
Elden
it.
Ring.
He did.
Yeah, the game looks dope as fuck. I was joking with Matt before the podcast that throughout the podcast I'm only gonna refer to it as Dark Souls 5. It's just another Dark Souls game. Like it might not be in the Dark
is there
Souls
anything
universe.
wrong with that?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it exactly, but like it's a Dark Souls game. Like it's Dark Souls by another name.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get like it's one of those things where like Miyazaki
Open
was like,
world
yo, I
Dark
heard you
Souls.
like open world Dark Souls. He was like, yo, I heard you like Dark Souls, so we're gonna put some Dark Souls on your Dark Souls.
Right.
But yeah, it's just more. It like the fans wanted more, so we gave them more this time with like an open world game. But it looks hella fun, so I'll eventually probably get it and play it. But yeah, I mean, it's like half of Twitch looks like it's playing Elden Ring right now, and the other half looks like it's playing Lost Ark. So
yeah.
definitely.
Yup, Lost Ark still holding popularity strong.
Yup, games are
I was very
definitely,
surprised. I thought maybe it might fizzle, but nope, it's been going.
What is Lost Ark?
It's an MMO.
Okay.
An
Did we
action
talk about it?
MMO.
I thought we talked about it in the previous week. It's,
Dude, I have the
and-
memory of like a snail. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, granted, this was 2 weeks ago, but
Right.
yeah, no, Lost Ark is
time flies when you don't podcast.
yeah, it's kind of like true. Lost Ark is kind of like a Diablo like game, but more of an MMO like version of it. Yeah.
No, sorry. Someone just commented a lot of Bing Bing Wahoo in Elden Ring. Not sure what that means, but
well, that's what I was saying. Like half of Twitch is at least playing Elden Ring right now, which good for them. Elden Ring is a good looking game. I'm surprised more wasn't said about the Horizon Zero Dawn release or Horizon 2, Horizon Forbidden West, but
Never heard of it. Elden Ring?
I know, right? Pretty much, yeah. Like if you're releasing a week before Elden Ring, you're kind of setting yourself up.
Yeah, for failure.
I heard it. I heard it was a good game though.
Yeah, I did hear it was a good game. It got a good Metacritic and Open Critic score. It's just like again, it released a week before Elden Ring, so it kind of got swallowed up in the news cycle. But yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes.
Right.
Yep, not much you can do.
Yep. But I'll probably play that eventually too, because I loved the first game. But
Just gotta get a PS5.
I know, right? Or wait 5 years for them to release it on PC, because that's pretty much how long it took for them to release the first one.
You're talking about Elden Ring?
No,
What?
Horizon.
No,
Okay,
Horizon.
my bad.
Yeah. Like PlayStation was like, yeah, we'll send all of our exclusives to PC eventually, like 4 or 5 years after they come out. But that's just how it be.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of think like my whole thing is I said to myself, I don't know if I'm gonna buy Elden Ring. I need Elden Ring to do something that like impresses me, and then I just saw it and I was like, oh, all right. So it really is just Dark. It really is just Dark Souls again, and I'm not. I don't know if I'm too interested. Like,
there's nothing wrong with that, but yeah, it depends on if you already like the Dark Souls formula. Yeah,
I feel like the biggest draw is the scale they went with this time. Like I've played like at least 40 hours, and I feel like I'm still in the beginning of the freaking game. It's
like
ridiculous
making
how
something
large
bigger
this
doesn't
game is.
making something bigger doesn't necessarily make it better. Like, see all the Ubi formula games where they're like, the scale is massive, and it's like, well, you're just doing the same thing over and over again.
could it be just like Fields of Nothing for all I know?
Yeah, but no,
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
not though. That's the
yeah.
that's the thing. It's not Fields of Nothing in Elden Ring. There's stuff everywhere.
I also want to say that game looks like it still runs on a PS3.
Which game?
Elden Ring.
Huh?
Yeah,
Are we
it
looking
doesn't.
at the
I
same
think
game?
the graphics are pretty good. I mean,
I
it's,
didn't
the
think
thing
so.
the thing is the graphics of the Souls games have never been their selling point because that's
Right.
not really what they're going for. The Souls games have a very stylized look, so they're not really going for photorealism in the first place. So I can see how you're saying it looks like a PS3.
Yeah.
I would even say that this might be a hot take, but I would even
Cool.
say that the Blue Point, not Dark Souls. What was the pre-Dark Souls game?
Demon Souls.
Yeah, I would say the Demon Souls remake looks prettier than Elden Ring, but I mean that's again, most people don't go into a Dark Souls game for the graphics; they go in for the gameplay. So I mean,
not to mention,
not that big a deal.
Like I was watching Quintessence play. I was watching his stream, and I was watching him play it for like a few hours, and that thing was chugging, dude.
Yes,
it looks like it was.
Was he playing on
does.
PC?
He's playing on
playing
PC. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yup.
PC performance has been an issue. I don't know if you've been following any of the threads on the forums, but
No.
yeah, the PC performance has been one of the bigger issues people have been complaining about. There's literally like one of the first articles on our game subreddit was like, I think I can't remember. It was some I think Digital Foundry was basically reporting that like, yeah, Elden Ring's PC performance is crap and we should be talking about it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
Yeah.
not that's really a case of optimization more than like the game actually looking that horrible or not looking how it's supposed to look.
It honestly looks like it still runs at 30 FPS and then also drops whenever like, it hits like bigger areas or something happens.
Yeah, but they are aware of it and they are actively trying to fix it. Like they released a patch yesterday
Mhm.
that helped a lot with that.
Okay.
Because it was loading apparently it was loading a shitload of assets at once, which would
Yeah.
cause the massive drops. And so they've slowed down like the scale of how much it loads at once to kind of like fix that a bit.
Yo, how much
It's
do you
still definitely not perfect.
how much do you think George R.R. Martin actually like did on that game? How much work do you think he put onto it?
I imagine he did a lot of the story, like the lore elements and such,
Think so?
or at least helped with it.
I think he probably I think he sat down with Miyazaki in a room for like 3 hours, 3 to 5 hours. They hashed out a rough outline of a plot, and then he called it good. Like I feel like George Miyazaki, not Miyazaki.
George Miyazaki. Yeah.
I feel like they like Super Saiyan fused into one person, and that's how they did the. No, I feel like Martin's whole bag right now is to do as least work as possible and just coast off of success because he's made enough money at this point. He clearly
for sure.
has no real desire to finish his book series as much as he wants to claim otherwise.
Right.
So yeah, honestly, I feel like he's not gonna put. He probably didn't put more than 10 hours of work into this entire franchise.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
It would be like I think it's more like he just signed his name off on it. And
No,
they're
I
like,
think he showed up. I think he showed up and wrote an outline, And they talked about it. As I said, somewhere in like the 5 to 10 hours of work range was all the work he put in. Nothing more than that.
And I still think that at the end of the day, it's still gonna have like the same story formula of Dark Souls. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think there isn't gonna be anything about it that blows you away. I mean,
Okay.
you could say, well, this boss was challenging. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, but what else? What else do we have?
Yeah.
And like, I don't mean to shit on it, but it just
It sounds
hasn't.
like you're shitting on it though.
I'm just not happy. Not happy with it.
You haven't played the
I
game.
just-
How can you not be happy with it? I don't know what you're saying here. Other than the
It
fact
just
that
makes
it's
me
not...
think you just weren't a big fan of Souls games in the first
No,
place.
that's the problem.
I think he's upset that it's not doing anything new, which
Yeah.
I understand.
Yes.
That's
But
fair.
yeah. But at the end of the day,
But
it's like, what more do you want? I don't know.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. At the same time, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, there could be a little bit more new stuff, but like again, it's one of those like they know whatever they're gonna do is gonna make money,
Mm-hmm.
and like
Mhm.
any new change you're gonna make, is the risk worth the reward? Because if the fans
Yeah,
don't
Probably
like
not.
it, there could be a massive backlash. So at this point, like
Yeah.
I think they're happy with just sitting on their cash cow and letting it just produce,
Well, as it is, this game plays more like a Sekiro than a Dark Souls because you want to make like calculated attacks against
Yeah,
bosses and
yeah,
such
they-
rather
they
than
did-
just slash 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 slash.
Yeah, they
Right.
did change the parry systems and the combat systems to make them a little bit more lenient. I heard or something like that. So they do some stuff.
They nerfed the parry system.
Yeah.
To make the combat more visceral.
I think either way, I'll probably pick it up eventually,
And
but
then
when it's on
added,
sale.
They added guard counters too. And guard
Guard
counters are pretty cool.
Yeah. I just don't think it's for me. I don't think it's like a $60 buy.
Oh man, I feel like I've more than gotten my money's worth so far.
I
It's
just feel like
it's everything I hoped for.
I'm
for the most
happy.
part.
I'll put it this
Crazy
way. I'm
expansive world.
I'll be happy with
lore.
buying it for like 40 in like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like I don't
yeah,
need
okay.
I don't need it right now.
Yeah, that's fair. Especially with like the poor PC optimization, which is what I would be playing it on. Because I don't want to turn on my PS4 anymore.
That'll definitely be sorted out by then. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But let me think. So yeah, man. So I'm glad you guys are I'm glad you're enjoying Elden Ring though, Quintessence. Pretty dope.
Yep. 2
Yeah,
games
no,
in a row that I enjoy. Weird.
I know, right?
Usually I
Hey.
just bask in disappointment.
I mean, isn't that the constant state of humanity? Just to bask in I'm sure there's like a philosophical paper about, that's the whole Buddha philosophy. You just have to get used to being disappointed.
Right.
I know that's the completely wrong take on Buddhism. I just want to make a joke, but yeah, like I don't know, getting used to being disappointed, not a bad thing. But at the same time, it is cool to actually be happy with something every now and then. So that's dope.
Yeah, there we go. We take those.
Yeah, we take those.
We take the happiness.
I mean,
do.
let me tell you this. Usually, Quintessence, you'll be like, I'll be like, how's your week? And you'll be like, I did some things.
It's happy to hear I'm
Yeah.
happy about something.
It
for
is.
once.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's good to hear that you're happy.
Exactly.
I'm happy that you're happy.
Exactly. Thank you.
Let me. You know what? I don't think I've gone over my week, and I'll just do it really briefly because it's not.
Yeah,
you know,
let's hear it.
it's not too exciting. More exciting than that.
Hit me.
But I've been playing. Did I play Sifu this week? No, I didn't play Sifu. I actually spent a lot of time editing and trying a new editing style. So there should be a lot of new videos coming up. Where
Oh, okay.
it's going to be a little more interactive, and the videos I have released, I can already tell that people are kind of it's creating more conversation.
Okay.
So I've been getting all of these reviews out that I've been meaning to do forever.
Oh, your 1 minute review series.
My 1 minute review series, and then the Let's Talk About series, which basically I tried to make it 30 seconds, but some of them are going like a little over a minute at this point, which
too long. Didn't watch.
Well, it's good though. Like I'm really happy with how videos are starting to come out. Like it's gonna head in the direction that I want them to be. And especially experimenting with different editing styles and trying to use Premiere Pro in different ways. Um, Nothing too crazy, but just like spending a whole lot of time on just a minute movie that like winds up being trying to be as creative as possible within that minute, which I think is good to do. Like like having restrictions on certain things you do. Afternoon Tune, what's up, man? I don't know if I gave them a shout out already, but yeah. So just keep an eye out for that. I think other than that, I played some KOF 15, which has still been fucking fun as shit. Oh, that's right. I played a whole
Nice,
lot
you're
of
still
KOF.
enjoying that?
Yeah, I've still played a whole lot of KOF 15, and I played sets against this a really good player, and I was like losing set. We were playing like sets of 30. Like I think we played sets of 30 like 3 nights in a row. And
30?
yeah,
Damn.
we're just sitting there like shadow play, and I was like winning maybe 1 or 2 matches, in that set of 30, and I was still having fun. I was still like because I'm still learning, and that's what I love about KOF is that there's so much to learn. There's so much depth to it. There's more depth to it than with the short hops and defensive options, and there's more than one way to like deal with certain situations. It kind of like it makes me happy because it's like everything that I didn't like about Street Fighter 5.
Just not being a deep enough game.
It's I mean, like you have like it's too Street Fighter 5 is obviously very rock paper scissors, and like there's not enough defensive options, right?
It's very simple. That's honestly, as much as they tried to add to it, and they did try to increase the complexity from like season 1. I guess season 1 was like 2016, so I guess we'd be in season 5, season 6 now. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it was just a very bland game. It didn't have a whole lot of flavor. Even less so than 4, which is kind of incredible because I mean 4, I don't know if it was the system or whatever, but it seemed to just have a lot more flavor as a game.
Well, I mean
the turn 4 started out really bad, like 5.
Yeah,
some people say, but 4 like super turned it around, just like 5 actually. Seems like Street Fighter's just having a little bit of a rough patch with their releases, and
just
then
like
they
Street Fighter
adjust
3
from there.
Yeah. No,
True.
honestly, you're 100% right, contestants, and
They literally just can't release beginning goodness. I don't know.
Yeah, on launch, all of the Street Fighter games kind of get panned. Like 5 is the only one that's gonna put like rickets on your system for anti-cheat, but like pretty much all of them have been universally hated at the beginning, and then towards the end they're like, okay, this is a decent game.
Yeah.
Didn't do everything perfect, but decent game.
Yeah, I mean, like I get it. Like I just, even though they had changed it so much, I just couldn't get back. Like the interest was gone. You know what I mean? Like the
lack of
no, it's completely understandable.
The lack of kind of custom combos and the extremely rigid combo system in that game, I can kind of understand what you mean there.
But yeah, honestly, I think KOF 15's just been like I've just been on it. It's been super fun every time I played, and I just want to keep playing it. Even when I lose, though the online, I will say this is not. I don't think it's as good as like the rollback is not the best. Like I think it like sometimes it says like there's like 7 frames of delay, but it feels like there's way more.
Closer to 10.
Yeah, like it feels real. It like there's some teleporting going on. Like it's hard.
Teleporting.
Sometimes hard to punish wake up. And like all of a sudden, like say like I was playing against Breezels and I ran up to him, and then he would be on the floor. Next thing I know, he's DPing, and like there was no animation in between, type deal. So, not saying that's why I got hit, Breezels. I'm not making excuses, but either way,
But
I'm just saying. But I'm just saying
no
that
excuses. But
there was a lot. There were like no like very few matches felt good the other night playing online. So I think that's like my one complaint that I wish they would like adjust the online. Like Garo, like when we played Garo, like it doesn't feel that good, you know, with the rollback. But yeah, man, I think that's basically been
Huh.
the big things for me is just uh is you know editing new videos, keep an eye out for those, and also KOF 15. My two big things. Oh, I also started a new job this week, so that should be good.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, congrats, man.
yeah, dude. But yeah, man. Anyway, guys.
Much better job, I assume.
What's that? Much better.
Better
Yeah. Well,
job.
yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah,
pays better.
you get you said like at least $3 more an hour. Like that's a plenty big upgrade.
That's chunky. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, it's a big jump in pay. But the only thing is I'll be working third shift, and
Yep.
yeah,
I work second and a half, so like I work from like 5 to 2 a.m.
right.
And yeah, you like I mean, and then I have to get up at like 9 for class, so it's like oh, kill me now. But I work like it's a 10-hour shift, so I only work like 4 days a week, so I do get 3 days off.
Oh, that's
That's
nice.
one kind of chill thing about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you make do with what you got to do. But yeah, did you wanna move on like news and topics of the week?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Let me I have like 3 different lists here. So let me get started. So first one is I guess if we wanted to a little bit just cover dang it, I had shit I wanted to like send. But so current events, obviously, Russia, Ukraine, the whole shit's
Oh
crazy.
boy.
It's popping off. It's like the only thing
Ugh.
on like half of my news feeds right now.
Yep.
It's big. It's a big bummer. Like in this day and age of 2020, like no sovereign country should be invading any other sovereign country. Just in general. I mean, it's really cool to see like the whole like half the world like unite around one thing that it considers wrong. That is actually pro helping people. Pro defense, pro the little guy. It's nice to kind of see that. Um, what else? I mean, as some of the stories coming out, just like make you real proud about just some of the humans on this planet, going the extra mile for kind of defending freedom and defending their own, and
America.
yada yada yada. I mean, I could go into this at length. One of the things that was posted on the R Games subreddit, it was just a bunch of the games companies in Ukraine, that of course obviously can't work right now because they're in the middle of a countrywide invasion. But it was interesting kind of seeing some of the articles about the kind of the games industry side of it. I noticed on Steam there was a sale on This War Is Mine, which is like I think World War II themed game. And they said all their proceeds were going to go to benefit Ukraine. So like I bought a copy offhand because it was only like $5, and I'm like
Oh, there you
I
go.
can spare $5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I already had a copy of the game, or I had a key, but like I'm like, why not? If this money's gonna go to a good cause, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, it's just it's sad to see in 2020 that people are still like, let's take over this other country that's not mine, even though it's obviously not yours. I don't know if you guys had anything to add on that. That was just something I was like, yeah, this whole thing is super dumb.
Not. I mean, not particularly. Actually, I'm very like I haven't read enough about it to kind of comment. I'm just kind of. I still have. Like, I want to know. Like, have they actually started to attack the Ukraine, or are they just kind of at a standstill right now? Are they at war?
No, there's tanks rolling in. There's like death tallies. There's a bunch of other shit. Apparently, like supposedly Russia's actually losing like pretty badly, which was kind of surprised because I think Putin assumed it would be like they wouldn't put up a defense. It would only be like a 1-day war where now the Ukrainians are like, no, this is my country. You guys get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think the Ukrainian sabotage efforts seem to have so far been really successful. Like they're like moving signs around so the tanks don't know where to go, and the tanks are getting like
sick.
stuck in the mud, or like there's like scenes out of like Triple X 3
State of
or
the Union?
Triple X 2 where State of the Union where they jack the tank. Yeah, no, the Ukrainians legit jacked the tank piece by piece. So I don't think they like left it on jacks like in the movie, but
Right.
yeah, no, like just tank disassembly while the Russians had like stopped for like gas or supplies.
I mean,
Crazy shit like that.
once you start relating war to Triple X, then you got
Yeah.
me.
Well, so like, and that's how, and that's so cringe because it's like, obviously like as humans we pick things we know to relate it to, but I mean like it's one thing talking about it, and seeing it, and like it's really weird because like in 2020 everything's social media connected. You can see a bunch of this stuff. You have easy access to it, so like there's so many feeds on like Reddit and other news media sites about like an actual war going on, or you can see people shooting at other people, or you can see people like blowing up tanks with like rocket launchers and all this other shit. And it's weird because like you just have this visceral. A lot of people just have this visceral need to like consume it because it's reality. And you don't see it every day. But at the same time, it's also kind of like doom scrolling. So
Right.
like, is it good or bad for your mental health? Probably not. Probably neither. But like it feels very, to me it feels very parasitic, kind of like consuming like real events that are happening in a country where you're sitting halfway across the world and none of it's affecting you. And
Yeah.
you're just like, oh man, like just this war's like watching this is so awesome. And like it's not awesome for any of the people living through it. I can tell you that much.
I mean, there's like there's a lot of the only thing I've seen is like there's a lot of fake like TikTok lives where like people are just replaying the same footage. And
there's so many like internet tough guys saying that like I could go over there and solve it within a week.
I could
like give me a couple monsters.
The impossible white man.
Oh shit! Yeah, just too many Kyles out there thinking that they're can of monsters and they're fucking airsoft training.
Bro, I've been training airsoft my whole life. Paintball too.
Oh man,
it's
so cringe, bro. It's so cringe. It's cringe to watch. But yeah, I mean, more power to the Ukrainian people. I hope it all gets sorted out. I just recently saw a news article saying that I think peace talks have at least started at the beginning, so hopefully they get that shit sorted out soon.
Yeah,
because again,
peace talks have started because Russia's taken such heavy losses.
Yeah,
they're taking those L's.
Taking big L's, right?
Like the G3 units
right now.
Yeah,
big L's they didn't expect to take. And of course, like they've already started like they've basically been cut off from almost every major like financial transaction system.
Oh shit!
I think they're still getting ready to cut them off from SWIFT, which is like the major international banking system. But like, there's already like a video coming out of Russia of runs on banks where people are like, "I want my money before I can't get my money at all." So
boy.
it's definitely putting a lot of financial pressure on Russia, which is also good. Hopefully, I don't know, like the Russians decide to like finally boot Putin out of office or something happens. But
oh boy, I don't know about.
I don't know about that either.
Impossible.
This whole thing is super sad to watch.
Well, his what is it, like his anyone who's opposed him has gone missing or somehow
like polonium in their underwear. Yeah. Like legit, I will poison you by putting it in your underwear, and then they'll be so incompetent about poisoning you that the whole entire world will find out about it. Or there's that story about that dude that was like found in the suitcase with like a bullet in the back of his head, and they ruled it like a suicide. It's just like incompetent shit like that. But like, yeah, man.
Called manipulation.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things where like, is at that point, like, are you just trying to send a message? Like, are you killing someone so obviously to just be like, listen, we can do whatever we want? Because I mean,
that's literally what they're doing. Yeah.
That's obvious as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, no one's gonna really believe that was an actual suicide. Like, dude was in a bag and shot himself in the back of the head. Okay.
I mean, maybe he was a contortionist. I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah. So like, I posted in the chat some of the statements from game developers. There was like one other thing that I found really fucking funny, that I wanted to post, but now of course I can't find it when I go looking for it because that's obviously how it is.
Yeah.
Matt, if you wanted to pull that thing up in the chat, you could pull up the statements from the One of like Stalker, this game studio that developed Stalker.
Mhm.
That's a Ukrainian game studio, so like it does affect the gaming industry. I mean, obviously this podcast's focus isn't just gaming. But I mean, like international events affect all of us. We live in a hyper connected world. So
I'll tell you what I do.
True.
I'll post it in the when the podcast goes up. It'll be in the links will be in the information below in the description.
got it. But last but not least, I still can't find the story right now. I just wanted to summarize it. But there was a great post from like Anti-Work, that was like legit a boss bitching about his employees in Ukraine, being like, "We pay you all this money, why can't you work?"
What?
And I'm like, "Yeah,
What?
yeah." Some people are that out of touch with reality, bro. It's crazy. That's what capitalism does, bro. That's what your brain on capitalism does.
That was like
Dude.
that was like when my boss was like when the coronavirus was going on. She's like, nobody's getting time off, and then you know what I mean, like
Then a
completely
bunch of
kind
people
of.
got COVID, and it was just like, what the fuck?
Then everybody got time off, and it was completely delusional.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's like yeah, it's like literal idiot micromanager bosses like thinking they could control reality, and it's just like, no, that's not how any of this works, sweetie.
yeah,
Like, just like they're just like, we pay you all this money, like why aren't you working? And it's like, meanwhile, some of these people's houses have gotten blown up with like missiles, and it's like, well, no shit, they're not working. They're trying to
Right.
make sure their family is alive. Like, fuck. Like, this is what administrative leave and shit like that's for. And like,
Right.
just and so many things. Like, there should be like in a perfect world, a company would just be able to pay people for a month to be like, we hope you're okay, don't die. But no, we don't live in that world. Not even close.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was that infuriated me, bro. I was reading that article about like this one like boss bitching about his Ukrainian employees not working, and I'm like, they're in the middle of a countrywide invasion. They don't know if they'll be alive tomorrow, and you'd be like, hey, why didn't you show up and log in at 8 a.m., Jim? We have reports to do. Fuck you mean, bro?
He's at war, man. He's making Molotov cocktails.
Legit, legit. Like there was no. You make jokes, but like legit. There was an article about like a chemistry professor at university that was like, okay, we're taking the rest of lab class off. Your assignment for the next couple days is learn how to make Molotov cocktails. And it was
Whoa.
like that was just what they did. So yeah, man. I mean, this is what I guess guerrilla warfare in a civilized country, or upscale country looks like in 2022.
Yeah, it's kind of wild because it's like I mean you think it's been a while since I think we've kind of had something that was like this televised, that was like a war that was this televised, like in terms of guerrilla warfare in like an Eastern European country.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like yeah, I mean, like some of the people that are dying, some of the soldiers that are dying, like still have social media accounts active, and like we're videotaping like up until the moment like bad shit happened to them, and it's just crazy. It's so weird being able to see all this shit. Like yeah, I don't want to get into all of it because some of it's sad, but there's a story about like the 13 border guards on Snake Island that were just minding their own business, like guarding an island that is of no tactical value, and they were like, go fuck yourself, and they got blown off the face of the earth, and that was just a thing that happened, and the dude's Instagram story was still up, and it was like, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's a crazy world we live in. That's long story short. But yeah, I mean, I just want to say thoughts and prayers go to Ukraine. Thoughts and prayers go to world peace. Obviously, like we don't need this in 2022.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
It's getting real.
Hopefully things get better, because this is not something we need right now. We still have global warming to fix. We ain't got time for this bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah. So moving on. To back to the world of Capcom and video gaming and other stuff. Street Fighter 6 was announced, as well as a Capcom fighting collection. Do you have any opinions on either of those things?
Contestants, you want to go first?
I mean,
let me ask you something.
I think it's an interesting collection.
Right.
they chose some kind of like
So
out there titles.
yeah, can we go through the list of titles? Because it's actually kind of fucking cool. And also kind of fucking weird in that some of the games are almost the exact same game. Like a bunch of the Vampire Savior games. It's just that
Hold on.
like, we're talking about like I think console versus arcade releases, and of course like back then they didn't have the ROM to put like, all of the character lists on there. So some of the games have different character lists.
Right.
That was kind of the vibe I got, but like. It's cool. It's cool because, like, if you wanted to play any of the Vampire Savior games, the Darkstalkers games, as they're called in America, this is now going to be the collection to do that.
I just pulled up the list. So the games there are 10 games. There's Darkstalkers, the Night Warriors, Darkstalkers Revenge, Vampire Savior, Lord of Vampire, Vampire Hunter 2, Darkstalkers Revenge, Vampire Savior 2, The Lord of Vampire, which, I mean, it sounds like some of these are the same game or variations of the same game. Red Earth, Cyberbots Full Metal Madness, Super Gem Fighter Mini Mix, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Hyper Street Fighter 2.
There's
Now-
such weird titles on there.
Yeah, there is. They might as well have just
Red
made
Earth?
a Dark Star. Yeah, well,
Oh,
yeah.
they should have just called it the Darkstalkers
Earth?
collection.
Yes, they should have
but-
had a Darkstalkers collection.
Yeah,
I
they should
agree.
have called it the Darkstalkers collection, but they were probably afraid no one would bought it, so they included Red Earth.
Well, I think
But,
it's also missing Darkstalkers 3. I
Yeah.
think. I don't know. I mean, it could just be
Yeah.
called one. It could have been one of
I
these
know,
other games. I don't know.
There's like 6 Darkstalkers game, and I think there's like a couple duplicates in there. But I mean, this is so if you're a Darkstalkers fan, this is fucking awesome. What's not awesome? It's got rollback. I think it's even got better rollback than probably the Anniversary Collection. But all of the games on the collection have rollback, so it's going to be even better than the Anniversary Collection because like I think only 3 games in the Street Fighter Collection had like rollback. All of the games in this collection are going to have rollback and lobbies and all that shit. What sucks about it, and what's still going to make it kind of DOA, is like obviously these are some niche ass games, guys. Like make it crossplay. Like how are you going to expect like the 3 or 4 ecosystems of the systems you're going to put them out to support such niche games? Like a multiplayer scene is only as good as how many players are in it. And like these games are most of these players are already playing the games on Fightcade if they want to play them at all.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're trying, which is like anyone who wants to play it. So if you're trying to get new people into these games, if you're trying to preserve the history of these games, if you're trying to keep a multiplayer scene going, then I mean, just make the final jump and make it crossplay. That's all we ask. We love that we're finally starting to see the rollback revolution.
Yeah, now let's get the crossplay resolution.
flight.
Hell yeah.
But what we finally need to complete the multiplayer circle is make it crossplay.
Yup.
I will say that I do think that this is awesome, but also the other thing that they did with this version, opposed to like the Street Fighter, I think was it the 30th anniversary collection for the Switch, something like that, or like that whole like collection that came out, is every game has online. Every game has online instead of just like 4 out of the 10.
Yeah,
Whatever
that's what I
it
said.
is.
That's what I said. Yeah,
Oh,
unlike
You're
the
gonna be
Street
able
Fighter
to play
collection.
Puzzle Fighter 2 online with rollback.
Yeah, which is dope as fuck.
Not to mention they all of the games have like training mode, so you can go in and you can actually learn the game. That's the one thing that will have a leg up over like Fightcade, is that you don't have to go in and then try to do arcade mode to learn how to play it or play with somebody else. It's where it's at. Man.
I'm so happy they're doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
Because they're making almost like definitive collections to be like, if you want to go play these games, this is how you should do it.
Yeah.
The only thing I wish they did is like just make it crossplay, please.
Yeah.
Like extend the multiplayer ecosystem life of these games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always wanted to try Red Earth now. I'll probably get this day one. I can't see why I wouldn't. I've always wanted to play the Darkstalkers games. Now I can do it. And like obviously I could have done it on Fightcade where I would get washed up because I've never played those games.
Yeah.
And you're going up against killers who've been like, yo, I played Darkstalkers since
For
it came
30
out,
years, man. I'm a 30-year vet. James Chen.
Yeah, this my shit. Get the fuck out. Like Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo OGs, Yo,
I just want to, like, right now, I want somebody to go to GameFAQs and search a Darkstalkers tutorial. I guarantee you one of them is probably written by James Chen.
Probably.
saying.
I mean, he's been around that long. But
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, no, it's super cool seeing these games like Cyberbots, Full Metal Madness. A lot of people don't know where, like, if they've played MVC2, they don't know where like Jin came from.
Yeah.
The dude with like the bandana and like the white outfit. He's from that game. He's in a robot, but he's from that game.
Maybe people don't know, where Morgan came from.
Yep.
I don't know. They've reused that sprite so many times.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know she came from Darkstalkers. I mean, if you're
Probably
like,
not.
that's the thing. Like, we're dealing with decades of people here, and
Yeah.
like, like people used to bitch about 09ers being like new people. 09ers are OGs at this point, bro.
Yeah.
It's been a while. It's been decades. Like, you can't even really bitch that hard about 16ers, considering that was like 6 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
Stop! I'm getting older as you talk.
I know, right? For real. It hurts, bro. It only hurts worse. I was talking to like, I love that's the fun thing about like working a job is like you work with so many people of different age ranges, and like I always make jokes about how old I am. I'm only like 31. I was talking to, I think, like, I don't know how old she is. Like, I'm gonna guess she's like in her late 40s, maybe early 50s, probably early 50s. But like, I was joking / asking about it. And I'm like, yo, does it get any better seeing all these like youngins like come up under you being adults already? And she's like, no, it only gets worse. Oh my gosh!
Oh boy.
But like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, we were going out for drinks for one of the one of my friends' in my unit's like birthday the other day, and they just turned 21, and I'm like, yo, when was that? And he was just like, oh, I was born in 01, and I'm like, yeah, shoot me in the face. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. Bury me in my casket already. Bury me in a coffin.
Yeah, it's about time.
You were 21 and you were born in 01. Like, fuck my life, dude. Oh, that hurt. That hurt a lot. So, but yeah, I mean,
That's
like
a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage. That was a lot of mental damage I took right there. But yeah, I mean, I love that they're bringing up the old history of games. I love that they're bringing games back from the past. A lot of these games like started the fighting genre, or at least kept it going. And I love that they're playing like definitive collections, place to play them. I just wish they would make the online a little better. But I mean, this is definitely a step in the right direction. I absolutely love that they're doing stuff like this.
Yeah, could we just could we make it like, if we do make it cross-platform, could we just like have the ability to rule out Switch players because they're going to be playing like at a Taco Bell, like on that
Taco Bell Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Damn, dude, it's kind of rude.
I mean, I'm just
That'd
saying.
be right, but it's kind of rude.
You're right, but hey, don't count them out. But you know what I think, honestly, what really
5G Wi-Fi.
Exactly, yeah. They're using hotspots.
Yep.
You know what really excites me about this though is that the possibility that
their COVID vaccination status to get the 5G to play off the.
He just keeps going.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What really excites me is that the possibility of getting more titles, older titles, on that I can actually buy, and I don't have to like.
What would you want? What would you
emulate?
Want?
Well,
you could pick any game to get that's an old game and get like a modern whatever of it with like training mode and everything. What would you want?
Oh man.
How about like?
Nothing comes to mind for me. I can't think of anything.
There's like millions of Capcom games that like from the early 2000s that they just ignore altogether. That have just been stuck on the consoles that they are, like the Street Fighter EX series, or I mean, I'm sure that has something to do with Akira or Power Stone.
Yeah,
Power Stone.
So that's what a lot of people in the thread when this was released, because Capcom did a little thing where they tried to hype it up. They were like, they released a timer and they said like on what is it, 20 something 20? I think it was the 20th that they released all this stuff. They had like a countdown. And that was then that they talked about Street Fighter 6 and this.
Yeah.
One of the threads about this, they're like, yeah, this is probably Capcom Fighting Collection Part 1, where we get a bunch of the 2D stuff out of the way. And then if they ever do a Part 2, we'll get some of the 3D stuff out of the way, which would be like the Project Justices, the EXs,
yes.
Power Stone.
Yeah,
I would love Power Stone.
Like a Capcom 3D collection. Like
Yeah.
and that's like what I'm looking at it as. Like I'll probably buy this, but only because I want to incentivize Capcom to like, go ahead and make
Doing it.
more of these because I don't want to. I don't feel. What is it? Like someone said that if you make something available to the public to buy, they will buy it. They will not steal it. You know what I mean? For the
Because
most part.
it's easier. It's honestly it's a lot of effort to go
Yeah.
through and pirate all this shit. Like I think about that with comics all the time. Like if I want to read a run of a comic, do I want to go down there, find and rip every single issue? No, I'd rather just have a Marvel Unlimited subscription where I can just read at my leisure.
Yeah,
In fact, I'm
exactly.
probably gonna get a Marvel Unlimited subscription at some point, just because that shit's so damn easy to use.
Really quick though, August. Quintessence. What? Just to give Quintessence a
Yo.
chance to talk. What games did you want to see in the collection? And like them to release in the future.
Or what old games would you want to play?
Yeah, for real.
I don't know. I don't really have any attachment to like older games for the most part.
You don't really like have any like I know Breezel said Mega Man Legends, which is a great game. Nothing like old 3D. Like you never liked any jank Capcom games back in the day. Did you ever?
Not in particular. Not that just like haven't been already brought like
That have been brought out.
back.
Did you ever?
Yeah.
Did you ever have a Dreamcast growing up?
I did not.
Okay,
A
so
buddy of
that's
mine did,
that's
though.
probably
But
why.
and they had Power Stone.
Exactly.
Power Stone was good, but
Power Stone
you
2 would
know.
be fun to play online.
Power Stone 2 was just like such a watered down version of Power Stone.
It
though.
is. It
hurt.
is. It's only a party
really
game.
hurt.
Yeah, I mean,
There was a lot of sacrifices made to make that a 4-player game.
yes, and I 100% agree because at one point I said to myself like a weirdo, I was like, you know what? How is high level Power Stone played? And then I went ahead and I joined the Power Stone
With Rouge.
Discord. And then I started playing against all these people who've been playing Power Stone forever, for years. And boy, is it different. And every time we had to play, like, there were more than 2 people, everyone's like, let's play Power Stone 2. And I was just like, I don't want to play Power Stone 2. I want to play Power Stone 1. That's the more fun game of the two. The mechanics are way better. It looks better. And it's a lot more fun. But yeah.
Yup.
I mean, hey, if you don't have anything, it is what it is. I mean, I'm glad you don't have
I'd
anything
go with
stuck
Power
on.
Stone. Power Stone would be good.
That's still stuck on the
It'd be
PSP.
cool it'd be cool if we could get both, but I don't know if we will.
Yeah, the Power Stone collection that's on the PSP actually, like, the cool thing about that one is that they let you play Power Stone 2 characters and Power Stone 1 and Power Stone 1 characters and Power Stone 2.
Contestants is like, wait, let me just go get out my PSP.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's
yeah,
just not gonna
like,
happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's still not gonna happen. Yeah, like I keep seeing a lot of posts about like the new Ocarina of Time, like Majora's Mask or whatever, and they're like, should I get the 3DS version or should I get the new version? And they're just like, yeah, they're different. Like if you want to, if you have easy access to a 3DS, yeah, sure, go out and get a 3DS and play that one. That one's got some really cool features.
Yep.
But so does the new Nintendo Switch version. I'm like, why can't we just get a definitive version that has all the fucking changes? But that's too much work.
Like
that'd be too easy.
Like the version that was ported from Ocarina of Time, they left all the bugs in that version. Yeah. But in the version of Majora's Mask, they did change things. Like when you're the Dooku
3DS version.
Yeah, the 3DS version. When you're the Dooku seed, you basically you can't jump as far, so it makes like some of the basic jumps in the first palace more difficult, which is really kind of annoying. But
I'm picturing like one of those school teacher memes where it's just like Deku, a character from My Hero Academia, Deku, not from Majora's Mask, but
Deku.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So like, what do you guys? So other than all of these games coming back, which I'm really happy for because I love
Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
We said nothing about it. Yeah.
Let's see. I want to see what you guys think about Street Fighter 6.
Nothing to really think about it. We don't really know anything. We know that
we can speculate.
Can we make fun of how wide Ryu looks? Can we do that?
Okay, well, I like Ryu's design. I'm glad they finally went with like the bearded Ryu as his base design for a game.
Ryu is now
Like, that
default
was
Ryu. I agree.
Awesome.
I agree. That was a good choice.
Yeah,
But like, yo, bro, it looks wide as a brick house. He
does.
given Kylo Ren a run for his money as like the new wide boy.
Oh boy, I remember that meme when it started.
Yeah.
Like he's just strangely wide. I don't know what
That
was
one scene where he's shirtless. Oh my
Yeah.
god, bro! Like, what is it with like new movies trying to make people who are okay? So this is
Unconventional.
This isn't fair. Yeah, they're trying to make people who are unconventionally sexy.
right.
And I'm like, there are times when that works, and there are times when that doesn't. This was not a time when that worked. I was like, I do not need a shirtless Adam Driver. Like, he's not that attractive, guys. I don't know what we're doing here.
Word.
Calm down. Calm down.
Yeah, we gotta calm down. Let's make
Yeah,
a meme
but-
about him.
Yeah, but Ryu was looking like a brick house. It was kind of dope. People were also joking that since he was wearing sandals, he took them off of Akuma's dead body.
Oh boy.
Which I'm
Wow.
just like, that's a hot take right there. But
That is spicy.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
weird that he was wearing sandals. I was like, huh? What? He got money at some
Yeah.
point? Like, how did the karate hobo find money?
street fights, man. It's the only way.
Killed somebody and
Ye-
took it.
Yeah.
Maybe he finally found out that he actually won money from winning the first Street Fighter tournament, and he's just now cashing it in.
Right. Yeah. Totally. Like.
He's got years of interest.
But yeah, like I know they had showed like
What
Luke.
does Ryu do for money?
and
Like,
Ryu.
I
Yes,
now have to
they
wonder
showed,
this.
They showed
must
Luke
eat
and Ryu.
He must eat
They're
somehow.
definitely going for a passing of the torch kind of thing with regard to Luke and Ryu.
Did you guys like Luke's kind of updated design? I definitely think it looks better than his SF5 design.
He's odd,
Mhm.
but I thought Luke was odd from the get-go, so like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
I'm
mean,
glad they got rid of like the ball bearings embedded in his skin. That's cool.
yeah, ball bearings.
Yeah,
I
like these weird
His
like
arms just
little
looked really weird. Yeah.
yeah, it's a weird little like blobbies all over his arms. I don't know what the hell that was.
I thought he had,
It was
like,
really
Popeye arms. Like
He does still have the pop of arms.
he still has, yeah. Okay.
He does, but they look it's weird, man.
I mean, I don't think that Luke is a particularly good mascot or main protagonist for Street Fighter.
He doesn't. I think the Japanese were like, Americans are in a UFC.
Yeah.
Like, let's make a standard UFCer, and it's like, "Ugh, I don't know if we want this either.
Yeah.
But that's what we got. But I mean, his moveset's really cool. Like, people want to hate on his character design, which I think is totally valid. I'm not in love with his character design, but his moveset's insane. Like, he's almost like a zoner that like. It's weird. He can be up close. He can zone. His
Mhm.
zoning is actually
he's a little bit
insanely
of
quick.
everything.
His zoning is almost broken. It's so fast. It's pretty nuts.
He reminds me of Guile, but with like an actual up close moveset.
He's like an updated Guile, which is
It
kind
really
of
is.
in a
Huh.
way.
With
do you
motions?
think yeah.
Is he
with motion.
charged? He's not charged, right?
No,
Okay.
he's motion.
Motion.
Real question is, do you think 6 will take place after Street Fighter 3 or before it?
Oh boy. A lot of people have wanted it to take place after Street Fighter 3 for a long time.
Everyone has wanted a game after 3 for a while.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking it's after just based on the way that Ryu looks.
Yeah, I mean, he honestly doesn't look that much older to me, but I do think that
I thought he looked pretty old.
I do think it would be better to like have the character's age. Like I like what they did with Sakura. They made her older, taller, you know what I mean? She has like a job now or whatever. I think that was great. Obviously Bison has gray hair now.
Sakura really got into esports.
Yeah, I think Sakura's job is just them trying to like shield their own esports. I definitely think she should have ended up with a better job. She literally like, if I haven't heard kind of like 20-something that is going nowhere career-wise for a job that like fits Sakura perfectly. Think about it. She works in an arcade as like a 20-something-year-old.
Right.
Giving her job as like
Oh.
a gym teacher would have been better. Like, it's just super sketch. I wasn't a fan of the quote-unquote job they gave her.
Oh, okay.
It was odd.
What's that?
It was
What's
an
that,
odd
Bobcat?
choice.
Yeah, it's in the Discord.
The backlog Discord.
Yeah, so we're in the backlog Discord,
Backcord.
and hold on, let me see.
The backlog. Wait.
No, I'm sorry. It's in the podcast room. Hold on, let's see if I have you added to the people allowed in
Guest
here.
list.
Yeah, the guest list. I do not, but I will add you in just a second. Find me. So like, what do you guys think? Like, what new mechanics or old mechanics would you guys want to see in Street Fighter 6?
I just want them to make it crazy. Like, give me custom. So I made a whole like I've done a bunch of things. I've made threads on
Should
it.
be good
I've
now,
talked
Bobcat.
to other people about it. There's a bunch of old mechanics I'd like to see back. I'd like to see chip back, but only on EXs. I think that would be really interesting. So it does make you kind of have to play more active defense. But like only when regards to when they have meter. I think parries making a comeback would also be kind of interesting. But I really, at the end of the day, I want more freedom when it comes to the combo routes. I want custom combos back.
That's fair.
Like if they did something like, I don't know, like KOF does, and they give you so many different like ways to like routes to go with combos, I think I would be happy. Because that's most of the time they use EXs not just to like have fireball wars or whatever, or make moves stronger. They use it as a way from going move to move to move to move, like, you know, specials. And even normals. It's kind of like their way of like FADCing in a way, which I always thought was really neat. But I definitely want to see the reversible DP come back, because I think invincible DP come back. I think that's essential for Street Fighter.
Invincible DP is coming back, though.
Yeah, I want that.
understand kind of why they left. Because essentially it creates an unbalance between characters that have them and characters that don't have them.
Yeah, real quick,
But yeah.
August, Bobcat, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. I decided, since I don't play KOF Fighter,
Okay.
that I was gonna stay quiet during this.
Oh, that's okay. I just
Oh, no,
wasn't
please,
sure if you
hop
had any
in,
had
yeah.
any had any input. You know, feel free to, you know.
Oh no, absolutely not. You guys go. You guys are perfectly fine. Keep talking.
Okay.
I just got done commentating, so I'm. By the way, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
You better be.
Oh,
But-
we'll
How
talk
did-
about it.
how
We'll
did
talk about it in a
AES?
second.
Oh, we'll talk about it? Okay.
I mean, finish your guys' thought about the topic at hand, and then we can talk about me.
Yeah, but we're scatterbrained.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we
can
have
circle back.
we
we can come
legit
back.
have like about 45 minutes left of the podcast. So
Okay, cool.
if we keep going, who knows how
Alright.
long it'll go.
All right. I'll talk about AES a little bit.
Yeah,
we had a pretty good turnout. I competed in it a little bit. I got knocked into losers fighting Fakuram main, and then I
Gross.
beat a Lars, and then I lost to Craziest, which is a TGP Master Raven.
Oh, craziest. Okay, yeah, yeah. I've played
yeah,
him.
they are.
He's really good.
All right. But here's the thing.
Right.
My boss fight, the person at the end of like grand finals and stuff, the boss fight is if the person who wins the set or wins the whole tournament gets the chance of an additional fight against an unknown entity. If he wins, they get $50, but if the boss wins, they get $50. So my boss was a TGP Gigas, known as Azazel, but he couldn't make it. And about halfway through, I'm fucking scatterbrained. I'm looking for fucking people. You can hear typing like this going on during the fucking us getting to grand finals and up during that whole grand finals fight. I'm like, Irie, you have to commentate for me. I'm building a train track while the train is bellowing down the track.
Oh boy.
But I hit up a Tekken player known as Chenzo. Chenzo's he's a pretty famous guy, And I'm like, Chenzo, can you be a boss fight? He's like, I can't. I'm going into surgery soon.
Oh
All that
boy.
deal. I'm like, that's perfectly fine. Your health is way more important than Tekken, you beautiful individual. He's like, but I can look for somebody who can do it for you. And I'm like, that would be great. That would be great. He's like, is there a rank? Does it matter what rank? I'm like, it's a boss fight, but no, there's no like rank requirement. And then he goes, Kaiser can do it.
Who's
And
Kaiser?
then Kaiser is a man who won his way into Americans Tekken players' hearts by backsway blowing the shit out of everybody in a tournament.
Oh man, Kaiser.
He plays Lucky Chloe.
Oh fuck.
And he's a
You
Tekken
can
god.
already hear it. Oh,
He's
fuck.
he's a Tekken god Omega, so I'm super glad and super thankful that Chenzo got
Kaiser.
Yes.
So how did the match go itself?
I think Schwandy got one game on him. Schwandy's a Tekken god, Heihachi.
Right.
But Kaiser's just a monster.
Right. I thought you were. Sorry, but this whole time I thought you were trying to find a boss for yourself to play against. But yeah, you mean as the group as a whole.
No, yeah, as a commentator,
Got you.
I'm this dude. He fell through it. Like, it happens. I understand that.
I have somebody who I think he's really good. He's a really good Tekken player. He like won CEO, and maybe he would show up for a boss fight for you guys.
That would be great. Or if he wants to enter as well.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll send him a message.
Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, man. Real quick, did you have any? Do you play any older Capcom games, or are you just straight Tekken?
I unfortunately am just straight Tekken.
Is that the only fighting game you've ever played?
Yeah.
You play any of the old Tekkens? Or
Yes. I started out on Tekken 3.
Right.
nice.
I played that game a lot when I was a kid. I didn't really, you know how I didn't play it. You know what I'm saying?
The one that had gone, you could play as like the dinosaur.
Yeah.
Tekken Ball, I
And then
think.
they lost the
Shot the
rights to
Gone Man.
Gone, which is a crying shame, but it happens.
Truth.
Right. So when did you start like kind of being competitive in Tekken then?
I am not competitive at
Like
it.
what I mean is trying to get good. When did you try to start getting good at Tekken?
I never really tried to get good.
No?
I want to have fun. And I went in with that mentality, and I didn't learn frames. Like, I've been playing Tekken for like 7-8 years now. I only really started to like give a shit about last year.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And one of the biggest things was like streaming really did that to me as well. Like, I always wanted to stream, and like I made a lot of friends playing Tekken, and a lot of those friends started out as rivals, but like they made me get better and things like that. So I guess that's kind of like, I don't play competitively. Like, I have fun competitively.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
That makes any sense.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I was just thinking, like, when I say competitive, I mean, I usually think to myself, oh, I'm going to take Tekken seriously.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to try to actually learn how to beat people.
The more I found that I took Tekken seriously, the more I got angry at Tekken.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of just, like, what
That's kind
everybody
of
goes through. You know,
Yeah.
like it seems like that's kind of the norm. Is like everyone I know that is like struggling with Tekken, or they went through all of the shit
Yeah.
And the big anger with
The
Lucky
big
Chloe's
anger,
or
yeah.
whatever. And I think that's the hardest part about fighting games, is it really, like, to get good at them,
Lucky fucking Chloe.
you really have to weather a lot of bullshit. Which is why it's a lot of people don't
Mhm.
stick with it.
Yeah, I get that. And that also could be kind of why I plateau a little bit too. You
But if you
know?
do stick with it, you get like one of the most like deep fighting games ever.
Or you don't.
Or you don't.
Or you don't.
Or it just becomes simple, like, oh, I hung myself because they kept hitting me in neutral.
I messed up twice and now I'm dead.
Right, yeah, you whip
Yeah,
punish
yeah.
on a Jin player,
Yeah.
whatever
Or
it
you
may be.
whiff, or Chloe hits you with a backswing blow launcher.
Oh my god. Why is that move so obnoxious?
That is Kaiser.
That move is like super toxic.
Okay, so you know my backwood +4.
Mhm.
Kaiser throws out his backswing blow just as much,
Oh my god, no.
but he's better at it because he's fucking TGO.
But other than like other than Tekken, are there any other, like, let's start with this. Are there any
Mhm.
modern fight like games that you're following right now?
I'm kind of following KOF a little bit, but like just like watching it on the sidelines. I don't know anything about it, but like I'm glad that like it's getting the attention that it deserves. I do
think-
believe that what?
I was gonna say, yeah, I think Wednesday Night Fights had like a tournament the other day. That was kind of cool to check out. I was
Mhm.
watching something too.
Yeah.
And the thing about like when every fighting game's doing good, that means it pushes my favorite fighting game to do better as well. In theory,
Yup.
you know.
I've heard people say that they think that this is the golden age of fighting games.
I have heard that. I've heard that quite a bit myself. I don't
Renaissance
know. I
period.
don't know
Yeah.
about that though.
I mean, the problem is like people, like, they romanticize the arcade days so much that it's hard to, like, you know what I mean? It's hard to tell what age is like the golden age. Was it the arcade, days? Was it, once we got online? I'm assuming the base of fighting game players grew exponentially, like, as soon as, like, they're like, oh, hey, we can do this but online, and
Mhm.
like, I knew, like, for me growing up as a kid, not as a man, but as a kid, that
Growing up as a man.
yeah, growing
As a
up as
damn child.
a damn child, I know for me, like, I've always played like games like CVS2, or like, I don't know, what's another game, like Smash, and I knew that there was like some kind of like higher level to it, but I didn't know what that looked like.
Oh,
You know
hey,
what I mean?
congrats on 300 followers, by the way.
Oh yeah, thanks, man.
Nice.
Congrats.
Yeah, dude, I mean, I
Congratulations.
appreciate you all for being here.
Yeah.
But like, I've always seen like fighting games, and I was like, oh well, what's the higher level? But now it's easier than ever to like go on and see people playing fighting games like at a high level, and it's like, oh, that's what you should be doing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
whereas before, I didn't have any arcades that were near me. For me, and like, there was no way I could go. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have a car. I don't know if it was like a similar experience for you or not.
I grew up in a giant small town.
Giant small town.
Yes.
Colossal small town.
About 6,000 people. So we didn't have any arcades because that was city living. And
For city folk.
no, honestly, like we didn't have any of that. So like, believe it or not, it wasn't online. That was the first kind of entrance into fighting games that I had. It was couch play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We had a couple of buddies that would that would play when I was like 16 or so, or 16, 18. We would have a group of 5 people just come on over, play Tekken, all that good shit. So we immediately went into online. So we never had an arcade or anything.
Right. Yeah, well, that makes sense. Like having a dedicated group of friends, having to figure things out and problem solve. That's
Yeah,
probably forces you to grow.
Breezels and his cousin were part of my couch group later on, and then we'd find more people.
Right.
You know,
I think he was mentioning something about that the last time he was on, was how
Mhm.
you guys were like had a bunch of people to play with on a regular basis.
Mhm.
I was always the kid that was for me, I was always the kid that was playing fighting games alone.
Oh.
I know, like I don't know if like August, like I don't know if it was the same for you.
Yeah, no, I would just be that dude trying to beat the computers in story mode or arcade mode and thinking that was all there was to it.
Yeah,
Like,
yep.
yeah, I mean, like on occasions when I was over at my friend's houses, like we would play some like SF2, and I would like spam low kick or spam jump kick with like Chun-Li to try to whoop on some people.
Well, why
But
do you
I
need
do
anything
that
but
now.
heavies?
it was never really serious. Yeah, I would only use the
Wow.
heavy buttons. Yeah,
Good. That's a man's way of playing.
I know, right? Go big or go home.
Right.
Heavy sweep, heavy sweep, heavy sweep.
Yeah, I
Facts.
remember that was like a large part of it for me. It was just like always spamming heavy sweep or just throwing a bunch of fireballs.
Heavy sweep.
Yeah.
Heavy sweep. You can. That's not a mix up, but like, yeah.
What it is though.
Is that a mix
It
up?
becomes
That's not a
one.
mix
It
up.
becomes one once that's all you know.
The 2 attack mix up. I got you.
So like, okay, so you're saying like smaller town, but you were lucky enough to have a small group of friends to play with on a regular basis. So
Oh, not lucky enough. I made them.
oh, you made them.
Yeah, we're playing Tekken today.
Right. Okay.
And some of them I would intentionally piss off so they would get better at the game.
Oh wow. Well, I can't tell if
Yeah.
that's toxic or if that's healthy.
A little both. Maybe.
I can't tell if that's a good thing or not.
It's super toxic.
Does it work? Because like I feel like every time I did that, like people just stopped playing games with me.
It works if you, one, are a super big prick about it, and two, the other person is vengeful enough for it.
I mean, the only time I think I've ever seen that happen was like with I beat somebody in a game of Pokemon, Team Pokemon in X and Y, and then they just
you bastard.
they obsessed over it for like 6 months and practiced.
I'm not talking like that bad.
Yeah.
I played Horag.
Oh, okay.
I
Disgusting.
am super vengeful about it. Yeah, Breezels is.
Yeah, he got big mad last Saturday. Not this Saturday, but the Saturday before.
About what?
Oh, well, we were playing KOF, and it got heated.
Sometimes that
It
happens.
got heated.
We both said some things that we regret.
No, I didn't go that far, but definitely like so. Other than that, like how did you start building? Who was the first person that kind of started building your online community of other players? Like, how did you get involved with AES?
Do you want the whole story?
I mean, how long is the whole story? Can you abbreviate it? Is it interesting?
I'm not gonna be like, okay, so it started my very first stream. I streamed for 2 people. Both of them were. One of them was my mother, and the other one was Breezel. Okay.
Oh well, your mother's a sweet lady.
My mom was like, "Do you want us to?" I was like, "Hey, I'm a couple followers away from getting 50 and getting my affiliate." And my mom sends me a message. She's like, "How many accounts do you want me to make?"
Oh boy.
And I'm like, just one, Mom, and never ever talk in the chat.
Oh boy.
So yeah. So
Hey,
yeah, my
you know,
mom's my biggest fan.
I've heard people talk about that, like as an actual strategy, is you just get 5 of your friends, you say,
I know.
hey, I'm gonna stream, and then they watch you, and it helps you so much, just
That's
having
why
5 ahead of
that's why
people.
that's why I pop tabs.
Right.
Like when I'll go to work, I'll pop like everybody's tabs, or like the people I care about,
Yeah.
and like have them running while I'm at work, because like that doesn't cost anything. It helps support people, maybe boosts their view count up a little bit if they're trying to get that 3 consecutive viewers, because that can be hard to get. That can be hard to get when you're first starting out. You know.
Yeah, like let's say like you compare me or you to like Crazy Games, where it's like
Mhm.
it's just to get that jump. That's such a huge jump that you need to
Mhm.
make. Like it's I mean, he's a very hardworking dude.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously where he is, it shows that.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, back to your question. Um, it started out with Breezels actually introducing me to a streamer by the name of Jay, but his account name is Jay is on. He doesn't stream Tekken anymore, but like he is super nice Canadian fella. Um, and then I kind of edged my way into his community a little bit, like by being talkative on Discord and playing games with everybody, stuff like that. And then, of course, Breezels helped, just like I did. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Breezels has always been there. We kind of helped each other grow up, a little bit. And then I met Erotic Hot Sauce, who now goes by Exotic Hot Sauce, and kind of
I feel like that was a smart decision to change that name. I don't
Twitch
know.
made him change it.
I don't doubt it.
Hilarious.
but I started, mingling with them, and then it was a buddy of mine named Ewas, and then crazy games. That's kind of how that went. Believe it or not, Crazy Games and I didn't really get off to the best of starts at the beginning.
Oh boy. How come?
I didn't understand his form of humor.
Yep.
So some things that were said as jokes, I took them more serious, things like that. And I went, man, this guy's a dickhead. He's kind of an asshole sometimes. Breezels is right.
Yeah.
But that's what happened. And actually, he 5-0'd me in a in a in a first to 5,
Mhm.
and he talked shit the whole fucking time. And he was playing real
the whole time.
a real gimmicky Paul, and he's calling me booty, and he's saying that I sucked. So I fucking hit the lab. I hit the lab. We came back like 3 months later, and we beat him 5-1.
Oh shit.
And then after that, I started talking shit to him, and then it kind of built on that a little bit, you know.
Right. But I mean,
mutual shit talking, but like we kind of understood each other a little bit better. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, I think the so you kind of you clapped back, and then
I clapped
you
back,
clapped
yeah.
back, and then sort of that's where the friendship started then, and then he was like,
Yeah.
hey, I want you to be a part of my community, or teach AES, or not teach. Host.
No, definitely not, because AES didn't come around till like 6 months later, or not 6 months later, but like maybe 4 or 5 months later.
Oh, wow.
But
I thought we were talking years ago or something, but
no, this was last year.
Have we gone over what AES is and what AES stands for? Because I just want to make it.
you just want to make it crystal.
I just want to make it crystal for
Alright,
the listeners at home.
Okay, AES. I don't have any say in the naming convention.
None of us
anything.
do.
It's called Ass Eating Sundays. So the first 3 Sundays of the month our first to fives. Kind of not really a tournament, but like if you win, you know, you get bragging rights and shit. All that type of deal. It's friendly, you know, be a little toxic, that's perfectly fine. But on the last Sunday of every month, we have a T8T, which is Tekken Top 8 or Tekken 8 tournament or some shit, or Top 8 tournament, whatever the fuck it is. And that one's got a prize pool.
Oh,
that one's got a yes. The prize pool starts out at $100.
Holy shit! Okay, so there's actually money.
Yes, yes. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing about that though. First place gets 50%. Second place gets what is it?
Like 20.
It's not 25. It's not 25 and 25. It's
like 15 or something.
Gets I think 35 and 15. No, wait. I don't fucking remember. But it's something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have that math is right, yeah, but I don't know if it's correct, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, I think it's gotta be. Fuck, I don't know. But the winner of that has the opportunity to face a boss at the very end that is supposed to be it is guaranteed to be a high level player, like Kaiser, who is fucking the total pot this week was 350.
So see, that's not bad. That's not bad money.
That's pretty good for a fucking online hosted shit for 30 people.
Yeah, no, that's solid.
That's some good scratch, man. That's not bad for just chilling and playing some Tekken.
Show up,
some
guys.
Playing money, dude.
Yeah, show up, guys. You never know, man.
Oh no, I know.
I lost and then I won one. So like, if I could do it, you guys could do it.
Anybody can do it.
I don't play near enough Tekken for that, but that is still pretty sick.
Nah, what?
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're saying.
Oh, it was just bullshit. I said, no, the least you know, the more you could get away with.
True. I mean, you know, that's the funny thing about fighting games is that inexperienced players are just hella dangerous sometimes because they don't even know. They don't know what they don't know what they don't even know. They don't know when they shouldn't be pressing buttons. They know when things aren't safe, unsafe. They're just wild. They're just YOLO.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
the wrong trail, dude.
My playstyle could be described as YOLO.
There's like a certain amount of like disrespect that like a player will have for you. So they're just like they won't respect the frames or anything. You know, they just poop all over you.
I thrive when people are trying to disrespect frames.
Word. Yeah, I mean that's kind of like, you know, obviously like a lot of times I've some people have come into my stream and they thought, you know, they were just gonna, you know, bully me, but that didn't happen because you know I was at least respecting the frames, you know. But yeah, I totally agree. So you're saying like, okay, so they have this pot and everything like that. So when Crazy was starting this whole thing up, well, why doesn't Crazy host the event, and why does he have like other FGC members in there?
Okay, so Crazy puts in a lot of work for getting his animations and everything done.
His beautiful animations.
I'm say what you will about them. He's doing a lot of things in the back, on the back end of shit. Like he's making character panels of people winning so they can be ready before the fight is even over.
Okay.
Things like that. He's controlling when music and stuff is done. And think of it like a hip hop group where you've got two MCs and a DJ. Crazy's the DJ in this situation, kind of alleviates some stress on him. Not like working and talking and watching the match and observing. Can't forget the Bears. Don't bring up the Bears.
Um, okay, and then so was it just like people that he chose in the community to kind of like
N-
be hosting, or like I think you're probably the most consistent host, you and Breezels, I think.
Um,
It's like you or Breezels I usually see on there.
he hit me up one time and he's like, do you want to commentate tournament or like first to fives? And I'm like, yeah, I could do that. And ever since then, uh he's looked to me to help with that shit. Um, and I'm kind of I'm part of the like the crew type deal when it
Got you.
comes to like the AES stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
you're being grandfathered in here.
yes, yes. Um, where was I going with that? Hold on.
It's all right, man. Take your time. I mean, either way,
I've,
like
I've talked a lot today. I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Um,
Maybe we can switch it up. We can switch
no,
topics
no,
if you
no, no,
want.
no, 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 no. That's fine. That's fine. Um,
I, I mean, like I definitely like. I think every time I've tuned into Crazy's
Wait.
stream. What's up?
Oh, I just wanted to hear. So did you say there was like some like sus emotes or some other stuff that you were joking about ADS too? Like you were saying there's definitely some more hilarious things going on.
Yeah. Hold on. He has a
hold on.
YouTube page that
yeah,
you could probably.
bring up his YouTube. I'll send you something. I'll send you a timestamp too.
Yeah. I mean, I think he kind of makes his own. Like basically, it looks like I don't know, like early 2000s, like 3D, like
Look
hentai, like
no,
characters.
no, because they're not hentai. They're 3D source models.
They're
It's not hentai, it's art, okay?
No, it's he's definitely used fucking 3D porn models for it. There's no way he has not.
like you're saying he just rips them like straight up.
yeah, rips
Well,
them
it's
and
all the
flips.
same character with different hair and shit.
Yeah, he's got one. He's got one.
There's one model and it keeps changing.
Yeah,
Where
like
are these? What did you post?
No,
these?
no. Hold on a second. Let me find his YouTube.
yeah. So guys, if you want,
It's
I'll
wild.
I'll definitely be posting. I'll post his link into the chat as well if you guys want to check that out, or in the description when the podcast goes up. If you actually did we put you in that group chat, right, Bobcat?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you
Yeah.
wanna,
Hey,
if you actually want to post it in there, that would be great.
Okay. I'm going to show it to you. You can just look at the thumbnail.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, that's amazing. Hold on. Let me
That's
see.
thick spelled with 3 C's. Thank you very much.
Here, let me see if I can window capture this.
Jesus. Oh man. Yo,
Yeah.
the like early 2000s source models, just something so uncanny
Sometimes-
valley about them.
Sometimes we get nip slips.
Oh jeez.
What really?
It's happened on a couple of occasions.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're just the old porn models. Like you just put clothes on them.
Hell yeah, but that's art.
It's high art.
It's pretty
And,
hilarious, honestly.
And
so.
Chenzo, yeah, just super funny. And Chenzo and Kaiser were in the stream. And Irie, who is my co-commentator, he's like, "All right, bring out the crazy girls," and I'm like, "No, not while they're here.
That's
Bring
Keep
out
them away."
You guys call them the crazy girls?
He calls them the crazy
Oh
girls.
boy. So, other than like fighting games, are there like any like sort of like older or retro games that you're into?
Would you consider RuneScape a retro game?
It's literally called old school RuneScape. So, I mean,
Oh well, then absolutely. Diablo 2. I don't know if you consider that retro.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic. We're actually just talking about Lost
Why
Art
not?
and how games like that are kind of following up in that similar spirit of
Mhm.
Diablo. Yeah.
I mean, did you ever like? What did you grow up for like consoles? Just straight PC then?
No, I had a shitty PC, so that's all I could play was RuneScape and Diablo 2. I had a PlayStation 1 when I was a little child.
great
Then I had a
console.
PlayStation 2. And I had a PlayStation 2 till about 2007. That's when I got a 360.
Oh damn.
Yeah. I didn't play a lot of games as a kid. I played 5 of them for years at a time. And then, adulthood, PlayStation 4, PC, gaming PC, honestly, way better than, I don't know. Never mind. Console, peasants, it doesn't matter. Fuck it.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you starting some heat right now?
No,
You talking
I'm
some
just
shit
saying.
about console players?
No,
Throwing
no.
some flame.
Hey, listen. I have a console. It's okay.
Yo,
Like,
Breezels,
I get it.
you got anything to say about that, Breezels? Just out of curiosity, because I know you said you grew up playing like older consoles for a long time. All right, never mind. Anyway, yeah, no, I totally get it, but I never had a PC that was good enough to like run older games like that. But so basically just Diablo and like point and click games.
RuneScape is not a point and click game.
It's not.
It is a game where you do point and you do click, but you also type.
Oh boy. Okay. So
Not a
wait.
point and click game. Well, I had a shitty computer, and that was my family computer that couldn't run Warcraft 2. Age of Empires.
Age of
2.
Empires?
I liked Age of Empires 2.
Oh man, I played a lot of Age of Empires 2.
I
Did
was
they
not.
recently just release a new one, like Age of Empires 3?
Listen. I think it would be 4 because 3 was
4.
a long time ago.
3 was a long time ago.
I played Age of Empires 2. Now, when I say that, I say I had fun playing Age of Empires 2. I was never, ever, ever, ever good at it.
Right.
Well, being good at that game was boring. There was a lot
Before,
of tower rushes and castle rushes.
Can
That
you
was
guys-
the meta.
real quick, like, can you guys explain to me what Civilization is?
Yeah, 7's an entirely different game.
I've never played it. Oh no, sorry.
So
What?
it's not Age of Empires.
No, Age of Empires. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Even I know that, and I don't play Age of Empires.
Goddamn, bro. Yeah, but can someone explain to me like what the game is about or how you play it?
Civ is like a global one, like a global trying to take over the world and some type of shit, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. It's
I don't know.
world conquering. While Age of Empires is more focused on like a town, much more small scale,
Yeah.
like
Right.
a town, a city type deal. And you're controlling everybody in Age of Empires as opposed to doing diplomatic options and fighting people in like Civilization, you know.
Out of curiosity, Quintessence and August, did you guys grow up with like any sort of like PC games in particular, like Civ or Age of Empires
Or RuneScape.
or
Never
RuneScape?
had a PC that could play anything till like 2016. So,
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Were you mostly like a console gamer growing up?
yeah, mostly, yeah.
What did you have?
GameCube.
What about you,
I
Quintessence?
had Gamecast, bruh.
Gamecast? Word same.
I had a computer and I played a lot of Age of Empires. I played
Hey,
a lot of Civilization, but my favorite jam was by far Heroes of Might and Magic 3.
I've heard the Heroes of Might and Magic franchise was dope, but never played it. Yeah, you got to bring up the Gamecast reference. You don't remember that?
Yes, we all know the Gamecast.
Malibu's Most Wanted. Come on,
I don't know the Gamecast reference.
The Gamecast is like the guy says like he's got it on the Gamecast. So he's like, well, there's the Dreamcast and then there's this GameCube. And he's like, well, my parents couldn't afford it, so basically
I had it on the Gamecast.
he had it on the
J,
Gamecast.
you got a J pod.
On the Gamecast, dude.
Flash games.
Malibu's Most Haunted is hilarious.
Flash games and websites were my shit. Yeah, I feel like Flash games were like a lot of poverty kids' spare time.
Bro.
And I'm not saying, and I'm saying
Alien
that as a
Hominid
poverty
is one of
kid.
my favorite. Alien Hominid
I've
is still
played
one of
some
my
Flash
favorite games of all
games.
time.
Bro, cool math games. Fucking, you remember that shit?
I played the Madness games.
Math Blaster?
Undergrounds.
Go to the library and play Math Blaster. What game was it?
I played Adventure Quest.
I played a little bit of Adventure Quest. I stopped when it became like an online thing.
Well, that was a separate thing.
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, they tried to make an MMO. Apparently, it was decent, but
Apparently
not
it
my
did
jam.
well, but like
Not my
everybody looks
jam.
like 2D character. I'm out.
Yeah.
Right.
It was poo poo.
Actually, it was
dumpster
pretty
poo-poo.
good. We just didn't like it.
Well, I mean, dumpster poo poo for me because I didn't like it. Wasn't what I
Uh,
was looking for.
so basically, for you, Quintessence, you were more of a PC type guy.
Yeah, for sure.
You didn't have any consoles.
I had consoles, but like my first real ass console was the Nintendo 64.
I had a Dreamcast.
Oh boy, something about
Wait, no, I didn't. I was gonna say Gamecast, but
I had a SNES. Technically, like I had a SNES around the time everyone else was playing at 64s, but I would call that my first console.
I had a Nintendo, a normal Nintendo.
a regular
and we
Nintendo.
had quite a few games for it. Yeah.
Okay.
Just a regular Nintendo. And we had quite a few games for it, but when the Nintendo 64 came out, we wanted it really badly.
Mhm.
And so what my parents ended up doing is they sold the Nintendo
Mhm.
plus all the games to get us a 64. Because like we weren't very well off financially.
Yeah. I've heard people fall into that trap
So-
too.
So it was like it was mixed feelings on Christmas Day. It was like, oh sweet, we got a Nintendo 64. But then also, wait, where's
all
the
my
Nintendo?
tried and true games that I know are good are gone. Yeah.
Yup, you had to do the
Yeah,
new stuff.
It was good though.
What was the first game you had?
We ended up having Wave Race, Pilot Wings,
Oh boy,
Mario, and Cruisin' USA.
that's
Bro,
a
Cruising
rough.
USA.
That's a rough catalog, my guy.
I
I-
enjoyed Pilot Wings. Jank as it was still fun. And Mario's a fantastic game. You bite your tongue.
Like, well, what's I mean, like,
Wave
not
Race isn't bad either. Like
no.
it was a solid set of games. And then we also ended up getting what was it? Oh, Gauntlet Legends. Gauntlet Legends was also
Dude, Gauntlet
good.
Legends was the shit.
Yeah, I
That
remember.
Warrior needs food.
I have lots of bad times with that game.
Turbo attack. Turbo attack.
Dude, I played
shower. I heard
I
that one a
played-
lot.
I played Gauntlet Legends with a friend of mine named Amy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and
nice.
recently, this was like the past 5 years, and this individual 100% booted this game up to grief me in a fucking team game.
That's awesome.
To grief you,
Like taking all the food, like they
Taking-
lose one life and they take the food when you have like 2 life left.
She does
Wow.
that. Yeah. Breezels can confirm.
I mean,
I almost beat the shit out of her
whoa.
playing Mario Party.
Did she do the same thing?
I was in last fucking place, and she was in first fucking place, and she had the ability to take a star. I had one fucking star.
Dude,
and
Mario. So that's why I don't like Mario Party. Mario Party
she-
ends friendships. They
I
make
will.
it way too intense.
I will.
She sounds pretty based, honestly.
honestly, I would put you through that fucking wall.
She's just
For the-
cutthroat.
Dude, for the time investment involved in Mario Party, it's not worth it at the end.
I
That's making
know.
me angry.
Thank you. Thank
Mario
you.
Party's
Backlog.
fun.
Backlog.
If you hate your
Uh,
friends,
Backlog
Disagree.
went, hey, do you want to play Mario Party? I'm like, I would rather punch myself in the dick.
100% agree. 100%
Like,
on the same
like,
page.
and the people who love Mario Party are fucking pieces of shit.
you know who loves Mario Party? Is God damn it, what the hell's his name? The Yoshimitsu play. Oh, Captain Falcon. He's the one.
Breezels, Breezels, I'm gonna be honest with you. I will never, ever start shit in Mario Party unless you fucking start shit with me.
Bro,
That's all I'm gonna ever say.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna play Mario Party
it
with
seems a little
anybody.
rude, but it's fine. I understand.
Like
Mario, yeah.
Mario Party and Mario
Mario
Kart
Party
are
is
two games
an
that I will
acquired
never
taste.
fucking play. No, it's not an acquired taste. It's playing a game for 2 hours to see if you may win because RNG's a fucking bitch. And it wouldn't be that bad if the game wasn't 2 fucking hours.
Agreed.
The newer versions of Mario Party actually fix that a little bit, where you can do a lot shorter games, and it's a lot more fun.
I've never played a game of Mario Party that has ended with me being happy.
Oh, okay. Hot damn.
Hold on just a second.
Yo, do you guys have any
Damn.
bad Mario Party stories?
Any bad Mario Party stories? No, I mostly won Mario Party. I was the cutthroat guy in Mario Party.
You were Amy.
I was,
Sorry, I'm
yes.
back, but yeah, no, fuck Mario Party.
I would crush people. They wouldn't even play Mario Party with me again.
That's what, like, I get that.
Yo,
I
August.
didn't. I came back from answering my door, and I heard that sentence, and I agree with it. Honestly, all I'm saying is there should be physical ramifications
Oh
for
my
shit
god.
that happens in Mario Party.
Yeah, I'm sad, but it's just too serious a game. It takes way too long.
Here's the thing.
I
Here's
mean,
the-
it's right up there with
thing.
Mario Kart in like frustration levels.
Mario Kart
Uh,
is way
I
too
can kind of
much.
agree with that.
And I
Mario
said,
Kart, you're winning the race. You're winning the race. Some asshole who in last place is like blue shell. Suddenly you're fourth place.
That's I could say for sure
Yay, Mario Party.
that's why I quit playing Mario Party 8 on
and
the.
wait, yay Mario Kart. Like
I'm
it's
sorry,
just,
Mario Kart.
Yeah. You got me doing it, dude.
I am a firm believer that if anybody is going to play Mario Party with somebody, they should be in the room with that individual for at least 10 minutes after the game's done.
Bro, I don't know if like I want to play games. Like I don't know if I ever want to play games with you in person because you're
Right?
starting to
It's
fucking
not
scare me right
Listen.
now.
But-
Listen,
Yeah, no,
listen.
like Mario
listen.
Party is Mario. I 100% agree that Mario Party is just it takes way too damn long. You get too invested. At the end of it, you're just mad because I feel the same way. That's why I do not like Mario
because backlog. I've played Tekken with people who
Uh-huh.
have screamed in my fucking face
Okay.
after they've won, and I will still play Tekken with them again.
Yeah, but do you punch them afterwards after they scream in your
No.
face? Okay.
No, I
But
I
you're
have
saying
never-
if somebody
I have-
disrespects you in Mario Party, it's a different thing. We're on a different level of hate, right?
Site. It's on site.
It's on site. Like you're about to slam them.
It's no. I'm
We're
gonna
throwing.
I'm gonna tell you why too. It is somebody who is fucking with you for 2 hours straight. Okay. See, in a fighting game, I can maybe, use a skill or talent to maybe even the playing field a little bit. And if I can't, they're just better than me.
Right.
But the thing about Mario Party and Mario Kart is they're all just fucking up to chance.
Yeah, it is.
And they take 2 hours.
Or more. Depends on the map.
It's like stubbing your toe on every turn that you take.
Yeah.
I would
And then
definitely.
you play later Mario
go
parties,
on.
and there's like magic lamps and shit that just teleports you to the star, and so you just
And-
double down on
And
fuckery and
you're,
RNG.
and you're lucky if the other two people don't start dogging on you.
Ooh.
It's true. If one person like starts getting shit on, they're like, "Oh shit, a weak opponent. I better dogpile
I've been
this."
kicked around for a half an hour. I'm about to stab Amy. I'm about to throw Breezels out of a window. He hasn't even done anything, but he's in the room when it's happening.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
I don't know if we're ever gonna play party games together. I'm sorry.
That's not a party game. That's not a
Yeah, it
party.
is.
Hey, Mark.
Literally in the title.
Yeah, it is.
Ending game. It's a friendship ending game, right
It
there.
is. Listen. You play any other fucking game with me other than Mario Party and Mario Kart, and I've told you this, and we would be perfectly fine.
You know, but I do agree with Mario Kart being also like
A
kind of
friendship
friendship.
ender.
Yeah, because like like it definitely when somebody's good at the game, it's really hard for the rest of for everyone else to keep up.
Oh,
Also-
definitely. Yeah.
Also, Smash, Super Smash Brothers. I will play Super
boy.
Smash Brothers, but we got to have all the items on.
What
Oh
the
boy,
fuck?
you're that guy.
What?
So
What?
you don't actually play Smash
So, yeah, you
Brothers.
don't-
You just
Well,
look for
I
the.
know.
What
You
are
just
you
look for
talking
the
Smash
hammer.
items,
What
but
are you
I'll
talking
agree
about?
that it's not the default one to play. But I enjoy Smash with items. I think it's fun.
Here's
don't-
the thing: it's a fun party.
I don't
game. It's
either.
not a fighting game.
Yeah, it is a party game.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Damn,
whoa,
this-
whoa, 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 whoa.
This man's just.
It can be treated
Certain
as
wars.
a fighting
Don't
game.
fucking get
but
mad
I
at me.
agree.
Your director
Party
said that.
What, my director? Me?
The person who made it. I don't fucking know.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Yeah, you're talking about
Miyamoto did it.
not Miyamoto. It wasn't Miyamoto. No, it was Miyazaki, I think.
Rocky,
I was fucking.
in the creative Dark Souls.
No, the other guy,
Sakurai,
Sakurai. Yeah, that
Yes.
dude.
No, he
Fucking,
made
I
God.
feel bad right now. Just fucking
the
this up.
creator of
No,
Kirby.
it was
Yes.
Kojima. I heard it was Kojima.
It
was-
was Kojima.
It was Genius Kojumbo.
The
Genius.
Kojima plot twist was they were never your friends in the first place.
Oh
Facts.
shit.
I'm not surprised.
Too deep.
Yeah, but
But yeah.
what is a fighting game then? Like if it's not if
Ah,
Smash is
what's
Street Fighter.
oh, it's such a cringe debate.
Street
it?
Fighter. Stick Fighter.
It never
I'm
mattered.
pretty
Anything with-
sure
anything with
Sakurai
fighting.
said that as a joke.
Really.
I don't
Because
care,
he
I'm taking
loves
it as-
fighting games.
I'm taking it as fact. Tough shit. It's a fucking party game, bro. Play it with
Alright, that's
items. Come
fine.
on.
It never mattered in the first place. That's the real answer.
It never
Okay.
mattered in the first place. That's the
I
real
mean,
answer.
people take all kinds of shit and make it competitive when it really has no business being competitive. So
Also, August, like I mean, I don't hear you coming up with questions there, boy. Like I'm sitting here
Right, you guys
trying
are-
to
you
push a
guys are
damn
doing a good job.
podcast.
You guys are doing a good job. I'm
Yeah.
liking where it's going. If I was complaining, then I'd be talking more.
You
But,
said my subject was cringe.
the whole no,
Smash a fighting
that
game.
debate is cringe.
Why?
The whole debate is just cringe. It's just cringe.
Why is it cringe?
It's not
Okay.
cringe. It's
Is
just
it going to
not.
stop people from playing the way they're already playing it? No. So it's a cringe.
Listen, if I gotta play on a fucking GameCube controller, I'm out.
It's the only way to play that game.
It's the fucking.
I disagree. I disagree quite
he-
heavily with
he
that
plays-
statement.
He plays Joy-Cons.
Yeah, he's the Joy-Con
No.
kid at that tournament that like I posted
He's
on
the
Twitter.
Joy-Con.
Steve.
Yeah, like
No,
you ever
but
see
I like the Pro controller. I like the Pro controller.
if you guys haven't seen it, if you go to my Twitter, there's
I did see that.
there's a video of a
It's
kid
fucking
standing up like with two Joy-Cons in his hands, like going back and forth while he's playing Smash at a tournament, and it looks
Listen,
completely
what a
ridiculous. Yeah,
What a fucking Chad.
he's a
Yeah,
Giga Chad. Yeah,
That gives points in my book.
I'm just saying. I hope he likes stick drift though. Like
He was
'cause-
fucking. That man was in battle.
Love stick drift.
That
yeah,
man.
with the fucking controls.
I mean,
don't worry.
No, because that kid had tapped into some shit.
Yeah, he had
He
learned
was-
like motion controls
He
or
was
something.
in the zone. I watched him juke real life fucking jabs and shit.
Holy fuck! Like I wouldn't want to fight him.
I watched
real life.
him with punish in real life type shit.
Yeah, he was doing the Gutex shimmy for sure.
Yeah.
But no, I do think like I guess I don't know why why not a GameCube controller though? Like why is it so bad?
don't like the way the buttons are laid out on it.
Is that really it? I think
That's
most
really it.
but like my
It's
only
designed for Smash, pretty much.
I mean like I only think like the only problem with the GameCube controller is the fucking D-pad's trash. Let's face it.
It just feels
Well,
awkward.
the D-pad's awful. The D-pad might as well not exist.
Yeah, but when you're playing Bloody Roar 3 Primal Fury or Bloody Roar Primal Fury, you want a D-pad.
I did play a little bit of Bloody Roar.
You
I
want
did
a
play
D-pad.
Very little bit of Bloody Roar.
It's either that or you play the PlayStation version, because God knows, I mean, supposedly the Xbox version is the definitive version. When I was talking to Phil
I thought it
Force
was
on
the
his
PlayStation.
podcast, but no, he said it was the Xbox version, which is extreme.
Hmm.
But I mean, who would want to play on the Duke controller? You ever played on an original Xbox controller?
Duke Nukem?
Yeah,
It's called the Duke. That's the name for the controller.
it's big.
The
It's a
really
big
big one?
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people have big hands.
big
okay?
hands. No, I do have big
how it
hands, so
just
I
reminds me
enjoyed
of
it.
Duke Nukem.
No, like
I thought it fit nicely.
listen,
Nukem would have big hands.
there's the white button and black button, and then
Whoa.
it's like
What's
shut
wrong
up,
with the
August.
What's wrong with the buttons, man?
No, it's
Is
like
there
they're in
something
weird.
wrong with the black and the white buttons. Hello?
It's like it's a weird weird layout going from like a PlayStation or a GameCube to an Xbox controller. I don't know. It just feels
Those things
wrong.
were fucking huge.
okay.
Those things.
Yeah, they were big and heavy. Yeah.
But
Why you gotta be so sketched out there, Quinn?
We're just fucking with
I
you.
it is
No,
still
it's just-
better than the GameCube controller.
No, love the
I
GameCube
100%
Only
disagree.
Get the fuck
Only
out
thing
of
I
here.
like, the only thing I dislike about the GameCube controller is I wish they had made a bigger edition. Because like for bigger hands, it definitely you're using the trigger starts to hurt after a while. But I love that.
Wavebird.
I get that. Why is there an an RB or an RT button, but there's no LT? Like I don't.
Like,
It seems one-sided.
It's Z.
You know?
you want to know why I don't like the original Xbox controller? Because when they talk about like buttons that you should
Size of a
press,
brick?
no, it's because when they talk about buttons, I do like what your mom does when she first plays a video game. She has to look down at the controller and like figure out where everything is, and I have to keep doing that because I don't have a sense of where the buttons
I will
are.
agree that XYAB kind of fucking sucks.
Well, not only that, it just like XYAB is like that and or that on like it has the same markings as a Nintendo
Yeah.
controller. So like, and it's like a little opposite, I think. So it kind of fucks with you if you're going from one to another.
I get that.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the
Oh,
X button.
I
Which X button?
I will, yeah, right. I will add that I did have a Nintendo 64 growing up as a child. I had totally forgot about that. I had watched my
Nice.
father play Resident Evil 2 one time,
Oh damn.
and I was
Oh.
literally like 3 or 4, and
Oh dear. Okay.
I shit my pants.
It is
Understandable.
That was scary as hell.
a lot of people say that the N64 controller is like the worst controller of all time.
It's pretty
bad.
bad.
Z on the underside? What the fuck?
Why is it 3?
I think it's just
Why
I
did-
remember
creative.
having to use that for like the South Park game where you had to like shoot stuff. I'm like, this is the awkwardest thing I think I've ever done.
I know I barely ever use the D-pad on a GameCube. I'm sorry, N64 controller.
Hmm.
I could say that for sure. And like, God forbid you try to play a fighter on one of those fucking things. Like,
Using the C buttons and shit.
yeah, it would be weird. I don't know. I think I've seen like people that made arcade sticks, and they always look. They tried to like make a controller in like an arcade stick. It looks jank as
Mhm.
fuck. It's just it doesn't look right.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
know, the worst part about the Nintendo 64 controller, I'm gonna die on this hill too, is the analog digging in to your fucking thumb.
You're right.
Because
You're
it's
Oh,
just
yeah, yeah.
hard- It's just a
On
hard
Mario Party,
plastic,
that
and
was
it's
nuts.
just cutting into your thumb.
Yeah.
Did you
Like,
know?
you get a long play session, and there's just a fucking ring on your thumb, and maybe a little blood, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
On Mario
Quintessence.
Party, that was insane.
Did you know that
What?
there was a lawsuit over the the original Mario Party games because people had to like keep spinning and it like made holes in people's
I wouldn't
hands.
doubt it.
So that's why you
Wouldn't
haven't
fucking
seen
doubt it.
that's why you haven't seen the original Mario parties being ported to modern consoles because they had that lawsuit like that one time or whatever it
I
may be.
literally had like a bloody hole like in my hand just from the sharp ass plastic of the fucking analog.
Mhm.
Not to mention the drift on the game on the N64 controller is horrendous. Like eventually
Right.
it just become like the dead zone becomes like fuck you.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, closing out, is there anything anybody else wanted to bring up before we close out the
So-
podcast?
Do we got 15 minutes for me to just like verbal diarrhea a bunch of other stuff, or do we want to save it for next week? I was gonna get into like good TV for the week. I was gonna ask our guest if he's watching any good shows.
why don't you keep it like if you could keep it like just to a couple of questions, like like quick point questions, like are you watching any TV shows? No, or you know what I mean? It can't be we can't have a conversation, but you got like 5 minutes.
I don't know how much you're following kind of like the DC Marvel stuff, but like Peacemaker just ended.
I
week or two
watched
ago.
an episode of Peacemaker, and I plan on watching more of it. I really
So
like
good. It's so
Very
good.
good, yeah.
Just finished
it.
up.
I liked
great.
it.
What else?
I think John Cena works best as a goofy, dumb asshole.
He does. He really does. He's got so much comedic talent in that arena. It's
I
crazy.
feel like he could be a better actor than The Rock is.
I think he might be because the Rock always plays the same character in everything he
Mhm.
did,
Right.
and I honestly want to say John Cena might have more range, as weird as it is to say.
No, it's really not. It's
Yeah.
really not.
Yeah, no, I'm really digging Cena in Peacemaker. I think
Mhm.
it's amazing. That role's fitting him so well. That show is some of the best superhero content I've seen in a while. And it isn't fun. It isn't afraid to kind of like take the piss out of itself.
Oh yeah.
Just be funny and comic booky at the same time. I love it.
Mm-hmm. I watched the first season of Invincible, but that was
Ooh.
forever ago.
Yeah, no, what'd you think about that?
Invincible
I
is
love that.
fantastic.
Yeah, that show's fire.
It's so
I
good.
loved it. I thought it was really good. I'm waiting patiently for a second season. I am
Mhm.
aware that it is a comic book, and I might need to get that.
Comics phenomenal.
I've heard a lot of good things.
It's
I'm really
very,
hyped
very
for the second season.
were you a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air fan as a kid?
Oh man.
I was a super big fan of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and if you're asking me if I'm excited about it, not really. No.
It's gonna be weird.
I've started watching it, and it's actually good, and I did not expect it to be.
It's actually good.
So I saw the trailer
Hold
and I
on.
actually thought it looked decent.
Yeah.
Please. let me ask
Not
you
what I
Doesn't
wanted.
Carlton
really,
have
but
a
it
drug
looked
problem?
decent.
Yes, he does. But he did technically in an episode of the original. It basically, like, if you were thinking of like the very special episodes of the original, this show's like one long. It's a very special episode. But no, it's actually good. It's a good drama.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How do they deal with Uncle Phil?
Uncle Phil's a hot dude now.
Yeah, Uncle Phil's Tay Diggs, so I mean that's you know.
I'm not a fan of them replacing Uncle Phil.
I mean, the original actor's dead, so
Yeah.
It's really hard to bring him back from the dead and have him do it.
they
again.
tried to have the seance, but it failed.
Listen, I understand that the original actor is dead, but you could do something to the character.
Yeah.
To retire the character with some honor. I'm not saying what they're doing is disrespectful, but what I am saying is Uncle Phil is Uncle Phil, you know.
The special, they have the reunion special where they got everyone that was still alive back together. And they talked a little bit about James Avery. They talked about the old episode. So I mean, there is stuff still there for the people who like the original, but this is just kind of a new.
Now that being said, my mind is not always set in stone. I could be impressioned to liking it.
Yeah.
Give it
I
a
would say
shot.
check out an episode. I don't know. It's on Peacock. I can't remember if it's on the free version or not.
Okay.
but it is worth watching an episode because it is, as I said, you wouldn't think it was going to be good. I didn't have high expectations coming in, and then I watched it, and I'm like, okay, I will actually watch this week to week. It's
Mhm.
surprisingly competent for a drama.
August, I would say that we should do the podcast next weekend, but it looks like it's the first weekend of the month.
Yep.
So I think
Yep.
I think you have drill.
Yep.
So I have an idea. So the podcast after that, ideally podcast 11. Why don't we have just like the three of us, and we can talk about everything, just movies and TV and stuff, because I feel
Yeah,
like
we'll get back to it.
the past few podcasts, like, you've always kind of just been able to just touch upon it, and we haven't been able to like dig into anything. But I think that's definitely we should do next time.
I mean, I'm not mad at running out of content. There's so much that happens week on week.
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying it as it goes. So if we don't wrap up something now, we can wrap up something later.
Word. Real quick, Bobcat, where can people find you?
People can find me at twitch.tv/sedatedbobcat. If I ever decide to stream again, I probably will. I still got seafood to do. And on Twitter, same name. I'm sorry that I was an hour late to this.
If somebody wasn't late, then something wouldn't be right. I would be worried.
I mean, yeah, but like
That's fair.
we had a couple of hiccups that
You're hosting a tournament. I mean, you can't. I mean, if anything, to be late for that excuse, that would.
I'm
be
also a guest on a podcast.
True,
you know
but
what
at
I'm
the
saying?
same time, meh.
I mean, no, because you guys are just as well. You guys are also my people. You know what I'm saying?
Aw.
Appreciate that.
Oh, not a
Quintessence, where can people find you?
Twitch.tv/QuintessenceHD.
You think you're gonna be streaming?
Probably gonna be streaming some Elden Ring, yeah.
Yeah, you liking that? 2 words. Do you like
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
It's real
Okay.
fun, real fun.
Real fun. Got it. Good.
Did you get past the part you were stuck at in your last stream?
Oh yeah, long time ago.
Okay, because I was
Well,
hoping.
not, long time ago in quotes, a day ago,
Right. I was hoping to actually catch back up with you to to see you beat that part, but I guess the guy with the giant
yeah.
Cheeto, it'll have to be another
I
day.
was having a lot of problems streaming the game. The game was just not having any of it.
I've heard that the game's got some pretty bad FPS problems.
Yeah, even when I don't stream it, it still has FPS issues, and that's really frustrating because the game is so good that it hurts.
Honestly, they might patch that.
Oh, they're trying. They're trying. They've already made one patch that helped it quite a bit, since it's not loading as much at once.
Oh yeah.
August, where can people find you?
For now, basically same back time, same back channel, still on this podcast. Once I have a little bit more time and it's not like mid-semester, I'll probably work on my social media stuff.
Right.
But for now, I'll just be, shut up on the podcast when we hanging out.
Word. And you can find the backlog at, of course, here, and also on Spotify, Twitter, Instagram. We're on Anchor. We're literally on everything besides Facebook. And but yeah,
not on Facebook.
We're not on Facebook, no. We're not on Facebook, yeah.
He refuses to give the Zuck the suck.
It's true. I don't really care for Facebook. And if I was on Facebook, I'd have to I don't know. I'd have to socialize with people, damn it.
I don't care for Facebook either, but I use it just to keep in contact with old friends and stuff.
I use it for exactly that. But...
You know what? Yeah. I just decided that everyone that I actually care about has my phone number. So
Facts.
So if they need,
nobody calls anyone anymore though, dude.
They can text me.
They can text you.
Yeah,
that's true.
If you need something, you can text me.
True.
If it,
Quit fucking calling me.
If you matter.
Hey, you up?
Hey, you up?
Dude, that would be so funny if you got a you up text from someone you knew from 20 years ago.
Would it?
It'd be more creepy than
as someone who's experienced that, it's not as funny as it sounds.
I mean, Dealing with drunk people that aren't you is a little funny. Like, even in retrospect. Like, it's not great, but it's funny.
I love your outlook on life, August.
No one ever texts me, that's really.
Yes, Bobcat, I am up.
Anyway, I hope you guys had a good night, and we'll be back. We're actually going to be heading over to the Kamen Rider Club Discord. We're going to be watching more episodes of Kamen Rider Agito. Everyone's invited to that. It's going to be a good time. I think we had a blast last Sunday. And I think the next time I'll be streaming, I'm not quite sure yet because I'm starting a new job this week. And so the stream schedule still hasn't been set, but I will be on at some point during the week, probably playing KOF. Other than that, guys, what's that, man?
Best of luck to you in your new job. May it not suck ass.
That's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Thank you. But other than that, guys, I hope you have a good night. This has been the Backlog. Peace out, y'all.